distinguished President of the Rotary Club, Mr. Bailas, distinguished members of the Rotary Club, and dear friends. Thank you for the invitation, for such a short, warm welcome, and for your very kind words, Mr. President. It is a pleasure to be with you this evening. I have always respected Rotary's spirit of service and practical contribution, and I'm glad to have the opportunity to share a few thoughts on issues that affect all of us. Some issues on the new global order that is emerging and how the Greek economy is positioned to deal with the challenges. If we take a calm look at recent events, one conclusion is difficult to avoid. We are moving into a period of greater geopolitical and economic realignment. Tensions in the wider Middle East and the Persian Gulf, the renewed competition among major world powers such as China and the United States, and the more assertive role of emerging economies, all of this together are shaping a world that is becoming increasingly multipolar. In my view, the frequency of crises we are experiencing is not simply bad luck. It reflects a transition in the international system from a predictable framework to a multipolar one, where power, supply chain, capital flows, and security considerations are more and more fragmented. While this creates uncertainty, it also rewards countries that can combine resilience with strategic discipline. The most immediate way these tensions are felt in the real economy is through energy, and in particular oil. When markets worry about the security of critical routes, against this backdrop, at Piraeus Bank, we have developed a set of macroeconomic scenarios to assess how an energy shock could affect Greece and the banking system. The core message is straightforward. The impact is likely to be asymmetric, with inflation rising more sharply than growth slows. Based on the latest available data and our scenario assumptions, we estimate that Greece's growth rate could moderate from about 2% to around 1.5%. That's GDP growth. Inflation, however, could rise materially from around 2.2% to around 5%. Why might growth prove relatively more resilient? Because Greece is entering this phase with stronger and more resilient foundations than in the past. Firstly, the investment cycle is real. Support from the Recovery and Resilience Fund is still flowing into the economy, and it is supporting projects that improve productivity, infrastructure, and the energy system itself. Secondly, the banking sector is in a much healthier position than it was a decade ago. Financing to businesses is accelerating, and credit is increasingly directed towards investment that strengthens competitiveness, including exports, tourism, logistics, manufacturing, and the green transition. Thirdly, despite elevated global uncertainty, we continue to see major investment initiatives progressing. That matters because confidence is not a sentiment, it is a decision. When serious investors commit capital, it signals belief in long-term prospects, and it creates momentum that is difficult to replicate by policy alone. In this environment, we at Piraeus see our role as practical and responsible. Our goal is to support productive investment, to help businesses manage volatility, and to finance projects that improve the resilience of the economy, whether that is energy efficiency, renewables, modernization of supply chains, or the scaling up of small and medium-sized enterprises. We also place particular emphasis on supporting the agricultural sector, helping to strengthen Greece's agri-food production through targeted financing and initiatives that promote sustainability, innovation, and long-term competitiveness. At Piraeus, we believe that a bank's responsibility goes beyond financing the economy. Economic progress has greater meaning when it translates into social progress, when the value we create reaches people, communities, and future generations. The belief is at the heart of our corporate responsibility strategy and corporate responsibility program Equal. You have in your seats the leaflet, which is this one is the Equal program, the social responsibility program that we are very proud of, and I really would like to advise all of you to have a look, get an idea about our contribution to the society. It's something that we are very proud. And as I say, continuing the speech, Equal does not constitute a philanthropic activity running alongside our business. It is built as a long-term strategic commitment embedded in the way we operate as a bank. Since Equal's launch in 2022, 85 million have been allocated to corporate responsibility programs focused on pillars such as gender equality, the new generation, the school, that category, vulnerable groups, generation 60 plus, the silver generation, the agri-economy, and urban infrastructures. Through these programs, we have estimated that more than 35,000 people have benefited one by one as part of those programs. We support women through entrepreneurships and employment initiatives, equip young people with new skills, protect children through safeguarding mechanisms, and support regional communities across Greece, and especially in the Thrace region, in northern Greece, to improve the lives of over 90,000 people. Every action is designed to create measurable, lasting social impact. We are very proud that in 2025, Piraeus became the first Greek bank to receive from Euromoney magazine in the Euromoney Awards for Excellence the European Corporate Responsibility Distinction, which is the #1 prize that Euromoney gives for social corporate responsibility programs, and that was a Europe-wide program, not just a Greek program, and we are very proud about that. We see this recognition not just as an award, but as validation of a belief that has guided us from the start. The real progress happens when economic value translates into social value. And it is precisely this combination, stronger investment, stronger institutions, and a broader sense of responsibility that defines where Greece stands today. I believe Greece enters this episode of global turbulence with a much stronger fiscal position than in the past. The long adjustment effort of recent years has rebuilt credibility in our country and our economy all over the world. We, as Piraeus Bank, we are in the forefront of technological innovation. In our 5-year business plan, which we announced on the 5th of March in London, it's the 2630 business plan, we have budgeted to spend 850 million CAPEX program to upgrade our digital systems, both on the front end and on the back office, on the relationship with the clients, on introducing AI, and on making technology work for us. And on this one, as I promised to the President that I will say some news for the audience, I'm very proud to introduce to you Piraeus Brainy. You will see the campaign for Piraeus Brainy over the next few weeks. Is an artificial intelligence, robust and intuitive digital app providing financial advice. In digital language is called Robo Advisory. Robo from the robot, okay? It automates the investment process, guiding you to build a portfolio tailor-made on your investment profile and preferences. Has a very simple onboarding through the Piraeus Securities app. All the clients of Piraeus Security, I am one of them, and I can tell you I use it and it works perfectly, but all the clients of Piraeus Securities can use it, and very soon the clients of Piraeus Bank, and we have, Vasily, about 2.5 million plus.
4 million customers.
4 million customers, 2.5 million that they use the Piraeus app. They will be able to use Brainy onboarding in the Piraeus Securities app. They will be able to choose 5 investment profiles. And they could make an investment from 300 euros onwards. You don't need to have million there, but you will have the access to a robo-advisory that will rebalance your portfolio according to your needs. And you will have global reach in a wide range of asset classes around the world that you can buy in your personalized portfolio. Ladies and gentlemen, Greece today is more resilient, more credible, and better positioned than it was in previous cycles. This does not mean we are immune in external shocks. No open economy is, but it does mean we can respond from a position of strength, with stronger institutions, a more robust banking system, and a clearer strategic direction. Even as we navigate these challenges, I remain optimistic. If we stay focused on investment, competitiveness, fiscal responsibility, and energy diversification, Greece can turn a difficult international environment into an opportunity to deepen its role in the European economy and continue the path of growth and convergence. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.